Have you ever felt super excited about a goal, full of energy to change, only to have everything fall apart after just a few days? I've been there many times. I know the frustration of starting something with massive enthusiasm and shortly after, finding yourself right back where you started. But I discovered something that completely changed the way I approach challenges and build habits. If you stick with me until the end, you'll understand how small, consistent actions can truly transform your life. My friend Lucas was stuck in that same cycle. He dreamed of learning English, getting healthier, and just improving his daily routine. But nothing seemed to work. He'd get all hyped up, start strong, and within a few days, he'd give up. I saw myself in him. I also used to believe that motivation was all I needed until I realized it as just a fleeting impulse. I tried every productivity method I could find. I read the books, watched the videos, made the spreadsheets, downloaded the apps. Everything seemed promising. But after a week, I was always back to my old habits. I felt trapped and frustrated, like I was just running in circles. That's when I started observing the people around me who were actually making steady progress. These were ordinary people with no superpowers, but they were producing real, tangible results. One of them was my friend, Clara. Clara would wake up early every single day, study, exercise, and still find time for her personal projects. I had to ask her, "How do you manage to do all of this?" She just smiled and said something that completely changed my perspective. "I don't rely on motivation. I rely on discipline. I do it even when I don't feel like it." That phrase echoed in my mind. Motivation is like a spark. It shines intensely for a few seconds and then just disappears. Discipline, on the other hand, is the fire that keeps burning, even when everything around you feels cold and discouraging. That's when it hit me. I needed to build daily habits, especially for the days I felt tired, frustrated, or completely unmotivated. I discovered that building discipline is like watering a tiny tree seed every single day. At first, you don't see it grow at all. It feels pointless. But each drop of water is helping it create deep, strong roots. Without that daily discipline, the plant never grows. So, I started applying this to my own life. 20 minutes of study every day, even when I was tired. 10 minutes of exercise, even with zero motivation. These were small actions that seemed insignificant, but together, they made all the difference. I remember trying to learn guitar. I was getting so frustrated because I wasn't progressing fast enough. Then my teacher said something simple, but it was a life changer. Look at the road you've traveled, not the step you haven't taken yet. Every chord you practice is another stone in the bridge that leads to your goal. That sentence made me realize that daily effort is often invisible, yet it's absolutely essential. Every small action builds the foundation for the success we can't see yet. Another example that really stuck with me was the construction of a massive bridge. You only see the completed bridge at the very end, but every stone, every bolt, and every support beam was placed consistently, day after day. The bridge doesn't appear overnight. It's built slowly, step by step. The exact same principle applies to our lives. The visible results only come after we invest in the work that nobody sees. And there's another point most people overlook. Discipline isn't about suffering. At first, it might feel hard, like you're forcing yourself. But over time, you actually start enjoying the process. Every small habit becomes a natural part of your routine. I began waking up early without feeling burdened, studying without complaining, and exercising with more energy than before. Discipline creates freedom, freedom from relying on motivation, and freedom from being a prisoner of your own emotions. I'll never forget one winter morning when I decided to go for a run. Even though it was cold and raining, every step felt heavy, but I just kept going. When I finished, the feeling of accomplishment, of having done it despite the conditions, was indescribable. That's discipline, doing it even when you don't want to. In the long run, that consistency is what builds real confidence and self-esteem. Over time, I started noticing small changes happening. I had more focus, more energy, and more confidence in myself. Lucas, my friend, also started applying this idea. He told me that for the first time in months, he was able to maintain a daily habit. He didn't feel like he was forcing himself anymore. He was just following a simple, consistent routine. That made me realize that discipline isn't about these short, intense bursts of willpower. It's about creating systems that keep you on track, no matter how you feel. Today, I apply discipline in every area of my life, my studies, my health, my relationships, and my personal projects. And the most incredible part is that I don't need to feel motivated every day. I just do what needs to be done. It's like building those deep roots. You don't see the growth immediately, but over time, the tree rises strong and tall. I want you to imagine this with me for a second. Every small habit you do every day is like planting a seed. At first, nothing seems to be happening. You might even think you're wasting your time. But if you persist, if you keep watering it, those seeds will develop roots so strong that nothing can uproot them. After a while, something amazing happens. What seemed invisible becomes visible, solid, and transformative. The lesson is clear. Don't wait for motivation to strike. Build small, daily habits, especially on the tough days. Track your small victories. And please, don't get frustrated if you don't see immediate results. Every consistent action is another stone in the bridge to your future. Now I want to know from you. What small habit will you start doing every day, starting today? Let me know in the comments. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it, and start now. Remember, you don't need massive changes, you just need daily consistency. With patience, discipline, and small steps, any goal can become a reality. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this.